Message from Sunnahfollowers. This is from Sheikh Saleh. We need to unite. Sisters, wear your hijab. Wear your beards. Be proud of your beards. Stay home, stay in your home. Stand up, unite, and stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right, Saleh. We all should stand up in solidarity, not transgressing the limits of the law, but standing together with patience and understanding. This is Sunnahfollowers.
With dignity, humility, and balance.
If you want to learn about how to balance and maintain your faith every day, you need to be here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, being taught by Sheba, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Hope to see you there, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Yusuf and this is Ayub. And if you are benefiting like we are from the classes and the ongoing programming and tuning into the Sunnahfollowers, please donate. Let this be an ongoing sadaqah jariyah on your behalf. You're helping the kids, the converts, and everyone seeking knowledge. And it's a wealth of information every day you tune in. Don't forget, you are being rewarded for your generous donations to keep this programming on air. You know, just like what you're hearing, put your dollar where the dollar's at. Right here on Sunnahfollowers. Don't forget, donate. Right here to Sunnahfollowers and dollars out. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Listen, we are in dire need of donations to keep these shows running and available for you 24/7. So that means when you're in the car, it's available for you to listen to. Whether you're at work, streaming, playing a game, it's available for you to listen to. Rowing your deen and learning about the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful different topics of Islam. Listen, one of the heaviest deeds that could be placed on your scale on the Day of Judgment is sadaqah jariyah. Yes, I know, I'm trying to build deeds daily. So you can too. So listen, feel free and please, from the bottom of your heart, donate to this wonderful cause, wonderful website and platform to continually push out shows that will benefit you and the Muslim Ummah. Yes, you can donate by going to the Sunnahfollowers.net website, pressing the donate tab. You can also scan the QR code in YouTube on the far left top of our videos that are streaming. Listen guys, this is very important and take this as important. We want to keep this programming available for you 24/7 so that you have access in your car, anywhere you choose to tune in to this wonderful programming. Yes, guys, it's all at your disposal. So listen, feel free to donate. Once again, remember, sadaqah jariyah, one of the heaviest deeds on your scale on the Day of Judgment. Sunnahfollowers presents a new hadith class taught by Ustada Sheba, Riyadus Salihin, every Monday and Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Ibrahim, planting the tree of Tawheed, a Mecca website by Dr. Karim
and Sundays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Ustada Layla Nashiba, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
The Muqasid here.
Where should I begin when I'm starting at the end? Pursuing the higher aim, learning the meaning of every page. Where should I begin when I'm starting at the end? Another addition to your Islamic education. Takfir, healing and governance. The transformative path of Sabah as-Tiwal, written by Dr. Karim AbuZaid. Join Ustada Layla Nashiba every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Streaming all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. This week's topic on the Ask Sister Layla Live show, mental health and its impact on the Islamic Ummah, ranging from the social stigma, lack of information and resources, which may lead many into shame, seeking solitude, hardships, dealing with family members, and interactions socially. If you personally are seeking help, reassurance, sound Islamic advice, and have some questions you need assistance with, tune in this Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern as Ustada Layla Nashiba focuses on addressing the various pressing issues concerning mental health, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
Okay. Ina alhamdulillah. Wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I apologize. I got so many tabs open. I can't see which tab I am on. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to our Aqidah class. This is our Aqidah class based on the book Diluting el-Wala wal-Bara, which is the book written by Dr. Karim AbuZaid. And for this class, we've been discussing how, as Muslims, we show allegiance to those who are deserving of it, which are, first of all, the believers amongst us. Who are the believers? Those are those Muslims who are practicing their religion. And then we have people who are deserving of allegiance on one hand and who are deserving of disassociation on another hand. Those are the Muslims who are openly committing sins. And then we've discussed those people who are deserving of total disassociation from us. Those are the non-Muslims who are enemies to Islam, enemies to us, who are openly fighting against us, and also the hypocrites amongst us. And then we've spoken about how when it comes to this, we have the Khalaf. There are Muslim groups who have taken, who have diluted the concept of allegiance and disassociation to the point where they've become extremists. They've become extreme, where they have classified non-Muslims and dehumanized them to the point where they believe that all non-Muslims belong in the category of total disassociation, where they go around abusing them, treating them with injustice. And also the disobedient Muslims. They have labeled disobedient Muslims as being kafir and treat them with injustice. That's what we've been focusing on for this week. And we're going to continue this discussion today. For those of you who are not on YouTube or on Rumble or on Facebook, Twitter, Kick, Twitch, or any other social media where you can see me and my PowerPoint, please open up a tab to YouTube on your cell phone and go to my channel, Sunnahfollowers, or you can type my name, Layla Nashiba, and click on the live stream, and that way you will see the PowerPoint that I am now getting ready to put on the screen, so we can continue our discussion of those misguided groups of Muslims who have diluted the concept of el-wala wal-bara, and they have taken extreme views regarding non-Muslims and disobedient Muslims. And we'll be covering pages 325 through 329 of the book today. So everyone can look at the screen, and for those of you who are at home, you can put me on your big screen television so that the whole family can share. And also you can take out your books, turn to page 325 of the book, and follow along as well and take notes. Okay? And you can also take screenshots of the PowerPoint as I am presenting the information to you tonight. Take screenshots of the PowerPoint at the end of the class, print them out on your phone, and then staple them together so you'll have them as an explanation to cover what's being discussed on these pages of the book. Okay? All right, so let's get started. Now, Allah says in the Quran, in the interpretation, the meaning, that He does not forbid you from those who are not fighting you because of your religion and who are not expelling you from your homes. He does not forbid you from being righteous towards them and acting kindly towards them. And Allah loves those who are kind. We went over this verse yesterday. He's speaking about the non-Muslims. Those non-Muslims who are not fighting against us, who are not trying to throw us out of our homes, who are not abusing our way of life, okay? We can show kindness towards them. That includes our family members too, who are not Muslims, okay? So again, as we discussed yesterday, those who reject coexisting with non-Muslims peacefully are extremists. And those people that tell you that you can't live with non-Muslims peacefully, they are living a life that contradicts the principles of Islam. Because Islam is all about justice. Islam abhors aggressive and violent behavior towards non-Muslims and towards each other. The Quran states that Allah allows Muslims to be righteous towards anyone who is not fighting against us because of our belief. And Allah loves justice and kindness. Allah loves that which is good. He hates that which is bad and evil. And we went over this verse in detail yesterday. This verse also again highlights the principle of justice, how it's a fundamental value in Islam. And there's numerous verses of the Quran that emphasize the importance of it regarding our relationships with each other and with others who are not of our faith. Okay? We have to remember that we as Muslims are responsible for creating a just and harmonious society where everyone is respected and treated with dignity. And we spoke yesterday about even, living in a country like America, where unfortunately we are surrounded with those people who are LGBTQ. We have to work with them. We have to interact with them in our job and in our school. We have to be kind towards them on the job. We have to deal with them professionally in the workplace and in school. But once we clock out of the job, once we go home, we have nothing to do with them. If we have family members who are LGBTQ, we distance ourselves from them. We don't allow them to mingle and mix with us. We don't allow them around our children because their lifestyle contradicts. Remember, we distance ourselves from any and everything that contradicts our belief system and our lifestyle. Okay, but if we have to deal with them on the job or in a professional platform, we are just. But we distance ourselves from them when it comes to our personal and private life. Okay, Muslims are encouraged to have compassion and empathy towards others, even the animals. Even the animals. We can't be unjust towards animals either. We can't be unjust towards the earth. We have to be just towards all of Allah's creation. And to reject a peaceful coexistence with non-Muslim demonstrates extremism. And Allah hates extremism. He hates negligence. And we are commanded to promote friendliness and just relationships with others. As Muslims, we're supposed to recognize and share values of compassion, empathy, and justice with all of Allah's creation. And we have many examples from the hadith of our Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upholding the Islamic principles of justice and empathy. He's our role model. He is our life coach. And that's the problem today. As Muslims, we're too busy in 2025 taking women and men of today as our life coaches, when the only life coach any of us should have is the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not nobody today. No one, not me, not anyone else should be your life coach. The only life coach in your life should be the Prophet Muhammad. Allah says in the Quran, you have the best example for yourself in character and in life, and that's the Prophet Muhammad. If we would adopt him as our coach in life, then we wouldn't have the injustices of the world that we are faced with as an ummah today. And one of the things that Allah commands us to do to keep us from transgressing and diluting the concept and principles of el-wala or allegiance and wel-bara or disassociation is to verify accusations. When people come to us telling us information or making accusations about others, we're supposed to verify it before we excommunicate a person. And this is not happening today. You see it on social media all the time. Somebody will come to you and say, oh, Layla Nashiba, she's a deviant. Layla Nashiba, she's a tyrant. Layla Nashiba is an innovator. Layla Nashiba, she's a muhtordish. Layla Nashiba, she's this. And you don't know anything about Layla Nashiba. You've never met her in your life. You've never seen her in person. You don't know my family. You don't know my background. You know nothing about me except that I hold classes every day of my life. You haven't verified anything. But you're going to judge me and excommunicate me. You're going to make takfir against me. Call me a kafir. Call me a hypocrite. Call me a deviant. Call me an innovator. This is not Islam. This happened during the time of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. During the time of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Muslims witnessed the emergence of people like what we have today called the Kharijites. The Kharijites didn't just begin today in 2025. This group emerged during the 6th century, during the time of the Prophet. They're people who we have today. They are the same as they are today. They display this extreme tendency of making takfir, labeling people, calling people hypocrites and kafir, based on their interpretation of the concepts of allegiance, their interpretation of the concepts of disassociation. They're the same people. They emerged during the time of the prophet. They're just worse today than they were back then. Okay? These individuals, they go around declaring people apostates or kafir based on their actions without investigating to see if these people, if what they're saying is true. What happened was, during the time of the prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a man named Hatim ibn Abu Balta, he was one of the early migrants. In fact, he fought during the Battle of Bara. During the time of the conquest of Mecca, Hatib wrote a letter to the people of Mecca telling them that the prophet was intending to attack them. He sent the letter to them from a woman. He sent the letter to them through a woman from the Quraysh, hoping to gain their pleasure and their favor so he could protect his family who was still in Mecca. His family was unable to migrate to Medina. Remember, not all the companions were able to migrate to Medina because some of them didn't have the money or the wherewithal to do so. So they had to stay in Mecca and were persecuted by the Quraysh continuously. So to protect his family, the Quraysh were going to kill his family. He had no way of saving them. So to save them, he sent a letter saying, look, please don't kill my family. If you promise to keep my family alive, I will share some information with you. The Prophet Muhammad is planning to attack y'all. He's planning to attack y'all. So if I share this information, will you promise to keep my only family alive? So he sent this betrayal to them, not because he was a kafir, not because he didn't love the prophet, not because he was a hypocrite. That's the only way he could keep them from killing his offspring. What would you do? All your people were in Mecca. You had all your children, your mother, your father, your entire family, and they were getting ready to kill them. This is all you could do to keep them alive. So when the prophet heard about the betrayal of Hatib, he brought him here. He said, why did you betray me? And Hatib said, "Oh, prophet of Allah, I love you." He said, "I love you as a prophet, and I love Allah. I believe in Allah." He said, "But my family, prophet, remember, I don't have no money. My family couldn't migrate with us. This is the only way I could save my family." So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam accepted Hatib's explanation. The prophet understood the predicament he was in, and the prophet forgave him. And the prophet said he did fight with us during the Battle of Bara. Remember, the best of the Muslims fought the Battle of Bara. The prophet told the other companions, he ain't no kafir. He ain't no hypocrite. The man was threatened. This is all he could do to save his family. What would you do if you were in his situation? But the Kharijites, just like they are today, the Kharijites said, "No, he's a kafir, kill him. He's a kafir. So based on this hadith, the people of the Sunnah emphasize the importance of, before you pass judgment on a person, before you label a person, verify. You got to sit down with the person, ask the person questions, see what the person's reasoning was, verify the person or the group's knowledge, their intentions, their understanding of events before you excommunicate them. But the Kharijites don't do that. They just say, forget it, based on their actions, you a kafir. The simple fact that she ain't wearing hijab, she's a kafir. The simple fact that he smokes cigarettes, he's a kafir. The simple fact that that person is an adulterer, he's a kafir. The who, what, where, when, why don't matter. The reason behind it don't matter. Whether the person understands the reason why we're supposed to wear hijab don't matter. Whether or not the person was explained the importance of wearing hijab doesn't matter. Whether or not the person understands the seriousness of not wearing hijab doesn't matter. They're kafir. That's the Kharijites. That's not the understanding that the Prophet Muhammad had. That's not the understanding that the other companions had. That's the understanding of the extremists. The Prophet forgave Hattab. Okay? So it's crucial for us as Muslims to confirm that a person possesses the correct knowledge and understanding of something, and that they had the correct intention behind an action before we make takfir against him, before we excommunicate them. A lot of people don't understand the seriousness of a sin or the seriousness of an action. Look at the story that Allah gives us in the Quran about the man who was about to die. This is a man who never did a good deed in his life. He was a horrible father. He was a horrible husband. He was a fornicator, an adulterator, a drunkard. Never did a good deed in his life. When he was about to die, he gathered all his children and he told them, I was a horrible father. I was a horrible husband. And I know it. I'm afraid to meet my Lord. I can't face my Lord this way because my Lord will never forgive me. So when I die, I want y'all to gather my body and burn it and scatter my ashes, in the ocean. So that way Allah can never put me back together, because I know I was bad and I believe in him and I don't want him to punish me. So his children did that. And when the man was burnt, Allah gathered his ashes and body back together and brought him before him. And Allah asked him, why did you do this when you know that cremation is forbidden by me? The man said, oh Allah, because I love you and I believe in you. And I feared your punishment. The man was ignorant. The man was ignorant. He didn't know that Allah can still gather us together even if we burn ourselves up. The man was ignorant of the fact that Allah's mercy supersedes everything. So because of the man's ignorance of that, Allah chose to forgive this man of all his sins. He said, the simple fact that you believe in me and you misunderstood my might, Allah said, I'm going to forgive you of all your sins and put you in paradise. That's an example as to why we don't make takfir. You don't sit there and make takfir on a person just based on their actions. You have to sit down and affirm things first before excommunicating a person or a group. You have to look at two main things. Number one, affirm the completion of the conditions. Make sure the person had the correct knowledge of what they did and the willful intention. Secondly, make sure that there was absence of any hindrances which are incompatible or cancel out the conditions of the knowledge. And those hindrances include ignorance or wrong interpretation of the meaning of a hadith or the meaning of a verse of the Quran or something like that, or forgetfulness, or whether the person was forced. Like in the case of Hatib, he had no choice but to betray the prophet to save his entire family. Okay? In the case of the man who ordered his children to burn his body, that was ignorance. He didn't know that Allah could put him back together. He didn't know that Allah is more forgiving. Allah forgives all sins except for disbelief. Okay? That's an example of faulty interpretation. So we don't sit around just making takfir, calling people a kafir. Most women don't wear hijab because they don't understand the seriousness of not wearing it, because nobody sat down and explained it to them properly. Most brothers shave their beard off because no one sat down with them and explained to them that the beard is an obligation, not a sunnah. Most people don't pray all their prayers because nobody told them that they'll be punished for it. Most Muslims commit sins because they think that they won't be punished in the grave for it. Look how many of you, since I did the Islam Q&A show last week, and I talked about the punishment of the grave, look how many of you have been doing everything in your power this week to walk a straight path because you thought that you wouldn't be punished in the grave. See what happens when we get the proper knowledge, the proper understanding of something. So we don't sit there and just make takfir and call people kafir. So Sunnah wal Jama'at emphasizes the importance of adhering to the formal procedures that are laid out before you condemn a person or a group to excommunication. Okay? We have to look at all these things. And this is not what's happening today. Too many brothers are on the internet and too many sisters are on the internet making takfir against other Muslims, calling other Muslims kafir, hypocrites, innovators, deviators, and these are Kharijites. They arose during the time of the Prophet and they still hear their worst today. It's easier to call somebody a kafir than to investigate and find out the truth. Okay? It's easier to put a person down than to accept that you are the one that got a problem, not that person. It's easier to point the finger and find fault with someone else than to put the thumb on yourself and realize that you need to change yourself first. So this is something that we need to work on as a nation. All right, so we're going to stop right here. Are there any questions or comments about today's class? Any questions or comments? Those are the Kharijites. They're all over the internet with this crazy stuff. And by the way, let me remind everyone, tonight at 9:30, we have the Ask Sister Layla live show, And we do have our special topic tonight about mental health. And I will be speaking about mental health from the perspective of Islam. And I will be answering a lot of questions that the person that brought the title to me had about mental health. I will give you examples from the companions. How many of the companions suffered with depression and how they dealt with it. Many of the companions suffered with anxiety and how they handled it. Many of the companions suffered with low self-esteem and issues like that and how they handled it. You know, it's part of the nature. Allah tells us in the Quran that it's the nature of the human being to suffer with mental health issues. This is nothing new, okay? But it can be addressed. The Prophet Muhammad addressed it during his time and had the companions to seek help for it. And we need to be addressing it on an individual basis today too. So we're going to be talking about that tonight for the Ask Sister Layla live show. So make sure you guys share that on your social media platforms. You don't want to miss it, because that's what makes my Q&A different. I'll answer your questions based on the Quran and the Hadith, and I'll give you examples from the original companions. Okay, so you can see that nothing is new today. What many of us are experiencing with depression, anxiety, mental health, the companions have been there. They've done it. And they got through it. We can get through it too. All right. And also, guys, today is Friday. Please support this dawah effort. We are desperately, desperately, desperately in need of donations. It's the beginning of the month. Please support us. And remember, anyone who donates $100 or more, you get to choose whatever topic you would like for me to speak about for the Ask Sister Layla live show on Fridays. So please make a donation. And if you donate $100 or more, you can pick whatever topic you would like me to speak about. And again, I'll base it on Quran and Sunnah and give examples from the companions, like I'm going to do tonight with mental health. And if you do make a donation for $100 or more and you would like to choose a topic for me, and it can be anonymous too, make sure you shoot me an email. Let me know what your topic is. Okay? So I can work on it. All right? Okay, no questions, no comments. I'm going to log out and I'll be back at 9:30 for the Ask Sister Layla Live. Let's show the commercial before I log out. Yeah, because it'll be the last time we do the commercial for this one. Hold on.
This week's topic on the Ask Sister Layla Live show, mental health and its impact on the Islamic Ummah, ranging from the social stigma, lack of information and resources, which may lead many into shame, seeking solitude, hardships, dealing with family members, and interactions socially. If you personally are seeking help, reassurance, sound Islamic advice, and have some questions you need assistance with, tune in this Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern as Ustada Layla Nashiba focuses on addressing the various pressing issues concerning mental health, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
Okay, so inshallah, I'll see you guys at 9:30. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.